Alright, so here's the deal. At the making of this video, the Sunken Sea update is estimated 2 to 3 weeks away, and at the time, there are a few things you may want to focus on to make sure you're prepared for all the upcoming content. Time before a major update can be important. It could be things such as boss killing or loot farming, or even just ranking up your skills. Now you want to do this because once you're in the expansion, you'll rarely want to have to backtrack to get something or grind something else just to have access to certain things. Now the Sunken Sea update is going to be huge, and it features many things such as boats, new bosses, new biome, gear, mobs, and so much more. So starting off in no particular order, I recommend defeating all of the current bosses, or at least the first 3. The first 3 are Glurch the Abominous Mass, Gorm the Devourer, and the Hive Mother. Doing this will power the core and tear down the impenetrable wall separating you from the Azios biome and the new Sunken Sea biome. One thing to note is if you're unsure of how to do all of the things I'm explaining in this video, I have about 100 guides in my channel covering the game, so be sure to scroll over to the Core Keeper playlist for more in-depth help. Moving on to number 2, I highly recommend you get one of the 2 endgame weapons, those being either the Rune Song or the Poisonous Sickle. These can be obtained a few different ways. The Rune Song can be crafted by purchasing a parchment from the second merchant that you encounter and collecting the 3 craftable components needed to wield this majestic weapon. This weapon is not only at the top of the DPS chain, but it also has no durability, which will be crucial when exploring the new biome and taking on all the threats that come with it. Next, and my current favorite weapon, is the Poisonous Sickle. This weapon can be obtained by slaying Ivy the Poisonous Mass or finding it tucked away inside the insect's head down in the dangerous mold dungeon. Lastly, you can also obtain all of these items by doing trades with other players in the official Discord, or even over in my own Discord under the Core Keeper trading channel, which I will have linked below. Up next for tip 3, I assure you that you will want to work your way all the way up to either the Scarlet Pickaxe, or if you're lucky, snag yourself an Ancient Pick. The Ancient Pick can be found in a certain structure in the Azios Wilderness biome, or you can also get it as a lucky drop against Azios the Sky Titan bird boss, and you can also trade as always, which is probably the most recommended way of obtaining it. As we have progressed all the way through the different types of biomes, each new wall progressively takes a higher amount of mining damage to destroy, so having these 2 picks in your arsenal will definitely help your chances in case we encounter a wall in the new expansion that's just going to be too hard for us to destroy. This could be one of those moments that you're eager to start the new content, but you can't access it because your mining damage is too low, and this will cause you to backtrack or work your way up, and it'll just halt the excitement of sinking your teeth into the new content. On to part 4, here is where we grind. Grinding and hoarding loot is one of the most important things to do right now, especially if you've done all of the other steps so far. With such an array of new items and content coming, we really don't know what we will need. From boats, teleporters, and sprinklers, your current stash of wood, ores, and ancient coins could get depleted very fast, so it's always a good idea to farm up an extra stack of scarlet bars, or even some of the more forgotten items such as fiber and copper. While the update will have its own set of ores and building types, I do expect some of the older resources to come into play. Now moving on to the very last step, and probably one of the most important ones, is skill leveling. We all know that leveling these skills in Core Keeper can be such a drag and not very fun to work on, but they offer a whole range of passive buffs and combat enhancements that will be crucial when taking on the new boss and 4 new enemy types. Having extra perks with these cooking and gardening skill trees will allow you to gather the finest ingredients and cook the most game-changing foods that will most certainly come into play in this new aquatic journey. Speaking of the aquatic, that is just what this new update is focused on, so be sure to get out that fishing pole and start getting those late game fishing skills unlocked. There will be some new fish, and I expect us to be doing quite a bit of fishing in this new update. Now, while there is more things you can do to prepare in this game, the top 5 that I highly recommend you to focus on are those listed in this guide. If you have an idea of what else needs to be done, please be sure to let us know in the comment section so we can all be prepared for this wonderful new content, and be prepared to take on foes such as the new Core Sentry. As always, I will be fully covering the Sunken Sea update with everything from guides, tips and tricks, uncovering secrets, and streaming it so I can interact with all of you as I progress through the journey. So be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching, and good luck with the prep. If you have any more questions, be sure to ask me in the comment section and I will get back to you. I hope you all have a great week and thank you again for watching.